I took, I be gigging away. So my bitch that I'm busy, she gigging again. Once you do some fuck shit, we ain't speaking again. So a nigga fucked up and they leaving again. So my op down bad, get it squeezing again. We gon' keep going high till they free all the men. We gon' keep going high till they free all the men. Free all the men. Bye.
What's going on, fly people? Q Styling here. I am here with the cast and director of movie Bloody Money, and when I tell you it is a must-see, every 5 seconds my mouth was open. As soon as I thought I was taking a break, it was back open again. So, I am ready for part 2, and you will be too, but first let me introduce you to the cast. This is Miss Bridget Turner, the director of the movie. This is Mr. Sean OG Turtle, my favorite person in the movie. This is Mr. OG.
Only because that's family.
This is Mr. OG, friend to what we would call the villain in the movie, Mr. Fetty, a.k.a. Aaron, a.k.a. Nate. So, first, let me start with Miss Bridget. How does it feel to be a woman with a mostly male cast?
I'll keep it short. I mean, I did my thing. There was a little pushback, but they understood why I was giving them the fire. So we made it work, and it definitely is a different energy working with a lot of men.
Yes, I know you've done other movies. You actress as well.
Yes.
And direct and executive produce, but we're working with a predominantly male cast. Was it more challenging than other times?
No, not. I think the time frame of how we filmed it was the challenging part. Mm-hmm. You know, there was moments where Nate, the man producer, when I think women have a sense of wanting to have things have more details, mm-hmm. and men like to, okay, can we just get the shot?
Yeah.
Right.
They don't get it until after it's done.
Correct.
Like, oh, she was right. That's usually what happens in life. They never listen until it's too late.
It's like your mother telling you put on a hat in the wintertime.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
So that for me was more of the challenge. Like, okay, we need it to be this way. We need the females to look this way. We need the men to look this way. Yes. So yeah. And
shout out to the other females in the movie. There were females in it. They absolutely killed it. I was rooting for both of them somehow. And Mr. Titan.
What's happening?
How much of your character did you feel your real self in? Because I felt for you. You were like a villain and like the person you're rooting for at the same time. And I wanted to call you a victim of your circumstances, but you also had choices to make. You guys got to see it because you want to love him and you want to kind of hate him, but you understand him. And the fact that you are a lover at the same time. So how much of the lover part is really you, and how much is the aggressive part? Like,
I say about 80% of the lover. The aggressor, another 80. But the character was definitely challenging. If you really watch it in the beginning parts, you could see where I'm I would say a little shy to the camera. But when she came in as the director, she forced that lead for me to project my true acting skills in that. Mm-hmm. Shout out to B.
For the record, I've seen you on my TV since I was about 18, and I am 40, so kudos to you. Never stop working.
Appreciate
Law
that.
and Order. I was like, oh, I know him. Oh, this rap video, I know him. Oh, you know, I every time I see you, I recognize you. I never knew your name, but like I know your face. So, you know, keep working. It's gonna happen.
I appreciate it.
It's happening.
Yeah,
rather
definitely.
what I say.
It's definitely happening.
It's the beautiful thing in what you just said. I was on my own journey, finding my way, you know, chasing my vision. But now, you know, I'm back, and I have my brothers with me, and we on this journey together.
That's what makes it more comfortable because you guys are all from the same neighborhood, per se.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But
a couple of blocks away, still same.
How? You know why you confused me? Because you are so fixated on the person you were fixated on. It's like you're obsessed at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I just couldn't understand it. In real life, I can't understand people like you that are so obsessed with another person. Like, why is it that serious? Are you? What's the motive? Because it seemed like you had so many motives. Like, nobody shouldn't trust you. Like, I couldn't wait for something to happen to Aaron in the movie. I was like, it's taking too long.
Listen, I mean,
what made you get into? Do you know people like that in real life?
I mean, I've experienced all type of people, especially dealing in the hood that we're from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just any neighborhood. Yeah, you know, people like that. That's
So
obsessive and switch up.
Yeah. So what you
You know,
also
that's
sorry.
that was more on the lines of people playing funny style, being funny
Yeah.
style, and you never know who people really are.
So with you being a established actor already, and also executive producer of this movie, how was it playing both roles? Were you like knowing everyone's lines, knowing what everyone should be doing? Like, was it challenging to just not be quiet?
Nah. Listen, I'm trying to figure out my line.
No, because you're more seasoned as far as in front of the camera than the rest of them. So
Yeah.
was it challenging just being like the one that would have more chops, you would say?
Nah, I don't.
Or it's
I
still practice for you?
don't. Yeah, it's still practice. I don't go in thinking I'm better than everybody else. I'm still learning, and I put myself as an example to show everybody, like, just come in and do what you have to do, get it done. Get my best, put my best feet forward as far as performances, but I'm not above anyone else as far as needing to rehearse or practice or fumble lines. Oh, there's plenty of takes Bridget could tell you that I couldn't get right until like the last second. Then I'm like, all right, I gotta refocus.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, my mind is caught up on other stuff, like with the producing stuff. Something else is going over here that I know I need to handle, but I'm stuck in this scene, so I can't jump over there. I gotta, just get this out the way and give my best performance because I want to look.
Do you still practice? Like, did you practice for a role like that? Did you have to practice? Because you're more like chill right now. You just chill, mild mannered, smiling. Did it take a lot of practice to get to be a villain?
Nah, it's I mean, you want to practice how you say your lines. You give variations of should I say it this way? Should I say it that way? The way I, diction and all that stuff. Underline it to highlight a certain beginning or ending of a sentence or a word. But outside of that, I know too many villains, like from the hood. And to be honest, that role in particular, it was like 2 or 3 characters in one.
Absolutely.
So that has the whole in too deep thing.
That's exactly why I didn't know what to call you. I was like, hold up, what do I call
Yeah. That's just, so
You
that's
have
what
a lot of
that's what I modeled.
personalities.
That's what I modeled that role.
Yeah.
Completely behind.
Good job. You did a good job because I don't like you.
A lot of people.
Yo, everybody don't like me.
Nobody likes
Everybody,
me.
nobody like me.
Sometimes you try to find maybe he just you try to find excuses for the characters, but it was no excuse for you. I haven't found one yet. Maybe in part 2.
That was a shit
Maybe
show,
in part
right?
2. Maybe in part 2 we have a coming of age story. This is why you're like this. You never know.
It was.
Right?
Definitely reading it was, when we read the script, it was a little confusing at the point because I was like, well, who are we talking about? And then once we started filming it, it pulled together more.
All came together.
Yeah.
Shout out to Angie, man. Angie,
Is that the
shout out
writer?
to Angie.
Yes.
Angelia Jackson.
Shout out to Miss Jackson. And we have OG. How was it? This is my first time seeing or hearing about you act. I see your YouTube channel, Corner Store Scarf.
Corner Store Scarf.
Located right here in Carter's grocery store. We have.
You at the Carter.
Tompkins.
Is the address? Say it again.
350 Tompkins, Brooklyn, New York, Hardbad style.
Yes.
Bro Dagger.
And this what we shot at in the
Bro,
film.
Dagger.
In Bloody Money.
Yes.
It took place
This
in
is
here.
one of the scenes.
Yes.
Yes.
Bob Black.
Bob Black.
Black.
Yes.
Black on.
How was it being in front of the camera without just talking about? Because you're not shy, but could you talk about hip hop topics, current events, just culture, but how was it to actually practice lines, study lines, and just how was that for you?
Yeah, how I prepared. I mean, I didn't have too many lines to really rehearse, so they gave me my lines. I think that actually just threw me in there, right?
Nah,
you had
man.
scenes. You definitely had scenes. You did have lines. Remember? Hurry up, hurry up.
And
No, I'm saying, but I'm thinking.
Throw you in.
To be executive producer, so I'm thinking.
even if you're there, just being on the camera alone, like you
One
might
line
look
is a lot.
awkward. Yeah, you might look awkward.
line
But
in
you
a
was
movie.
in
That's a
multiple
fact.
scenes. What's happening here? You were in multiple scenes.
You was in the scene
You
in the
was in
store when you like,
right
yo,
here.
so what we waiting
Right,
for?
you had
No,
mad
but I'm
lines.
thinking.
See,
You were over there
always
with no
talking
shirt on
like
by the pool.
All right, let me get to it. All right.
How was it?
My peoples came to get me, whatever. My role was the executive producer, one executive producer. So I'm thinking that's gonna be the job, but I felt like they was like, just put me in there.
So basically, you
want to
feel
be
like
in
you guys threw him in
course
the
I wanted
middle.
to be in it,
Okay.
But it was easy. It was
Okay.
easy. It
So
was
all
easy.
that just to say it's easy. Part 2, we're gonna give you some more lines too.
Yeah, look, Tay, you coming in, we bringing you in.
It was easy.
They said
No.
she got some direction for us.
You said all that to say it was easy.
Nah, it was though. It ain't.
Yeah.
One of your
keeping
Was it
people.
fun for you?
keeping
You were
it
fun?
1,000, huh?
Was it fun for you?
Yeah, it was great. I had a great time. I'm looking for part 2. I'm
One of his peoples
I
was
had a-
like,
I had a-
"Can
I had a
can he be
wonderful time.
naked?" What? Didn't one of your people say,
Oh yeah.
when you gonna get the booty out or there's some nakedness
That-
going
One
on?
of
That's his cousin. That's
One
his
of my cousins
cousin. That's one of
asked-
his
One
cousins.
of my cousins asked Bridget, "You need to get my cousin in a sex scene next part 2." I'm like, oh, damn.
Cause Bridget had my ass out.
Yeah. And then the thing about acting is the other girl that played Nina. I just recently met her in person, and she's such what you would see like a down home, nice, sweet girl. Like someone you don't have nothing bad to say about. But then when you see her in the movies, like, you can do that. The power of acting is I was engulfed in everybody's role. I really enjoyed it, and I don't really have a question for anybody right now. Just a particular topic about, because where we're from, these things happen. It's a particular topic about victims and villains, because as I said earlier, Titan's character is a villain / hero who's trying to help someone else not be a victim or a villain, and he might be a victim or a villain of his circumstances. So I'm asking either one of you guys, how do you feel about younger kids who come up in the community and make bad choices? Are they victims or they're villains? The ones that make bad choices and continue to make bad choices.
Well, I would say they're a victim of circumstances. When coming up from these neighborhoods, we're socially conditioned by what we see and what's going on. So, we might adapt to or attract to somebody that's out there that's being a Nate, a ruthless dude. And as a little kid, you might like that. You might be like, yo, I like the way he pulled up in your mind. So when your subconscious mind play that, like, I don't know why I came up in the streets and did the stuff that I did in the streets. I just know that it was a part of my culture. You know what I mean? I know I could have did so much more and so much better. So they become a victim of circumstances, of how they came up, how they raised, and then the generation before that not doing what we supposed to do to try to stop that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, definitely victims.
Yeah.
Definitely victims.
Cause you see kids that are 16 years old and they commit really bad crimes and they get life in jail, and there's always a tug of war, he shouldn't have did it, but it's like, you don't know what happened at his house to make him do that, so he's also a victim.
But look now, like in New York, we were never so caught up in gang culture, and now it's normal for the young to be talking about spinning the block.
And drilling.
We drilling.
We only had 2-3 gangs. They had 7, 8.
You feel what I'm saying? We had the Deceps.
It wasn't gangs. It was crews.
I'm sorry, we had Blood and Crip,
Yeah.
Latin King. Now
No, that's later. But the 80s, you had the Decepticons. You had a few other people that was crews, but other than that, we wasn't into that. It was like project. We'll link up going to school together.
we just want to look nice.
Tompkins, Marcy, Sumner, we link up, get on the train, go to school, some go that way. some go this way because that was in that time. But it's just we victims of circumstances, being in these neighborhoods and seeing the culture that goes on.
Yeah.
And then we turn into villains because
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta pop out of show, niggas.
And I think for Titan's role, for Titan's job in a movie, it's like that's a chance you take every single time you do it. Because I can speak from my own experience. I have a cousin who would have been 30 years old right now. He didn't make it past 19 doing what Titan was doing.
Sorry to hear that.
So it is like that's what makes Titan brave also, because even not to give away the movie, but you still wanted to go where you knew that you shouldn't be going. You know what I mean? So it's like you take people, when you have that fire in you, that adrenaline, it's like we're here, we're not gonna turn back. So.
Yeah, we don't think.
Yeah.
You don't think. It's like you don't think. There's so many stories I could tell, like real stories.
Yeah.
And one of my partners, my brother, he was like, yo, we was talking about the things that we've done, and he was like, yo, we were sick. He said we had to be sick to do stuff like that. At 16 years old, we going up against people that's sociopaths, dudes that's killers. We going at them at 16 years old. I mean, it sound good in that culture, but when you think about it, you risked your life for what?
But guess what? A lot of us in our time, we didn't have the tools to point out mental illness. Like he's not just gangster because he want to shoot people up. He might just be gangster because he don't have it all. And you don't know, as a young black man, you just want to not feel like you're soft, or you think you're the best, you think you're the freshest. You just said like you want to go against people that is a sociopath. And then now as us as the elders, not to say we're old, is like we can recognize who is not right in the head, not just who, so then all we have to do as elders also is to teach the younger generation, like, no, that's not it. Not because you soft, not because that is because that person is not right in the head and will take your head off. Just slow down.
And the sad thing is, you learn the law when you're in front of that judge.
Yeah.
When they start reading the cases and tell you what's the maximum sentence for things, you like, huh? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know that you could do that much time for that. And now you know what I mean? It's raising boys to men, and they growing up in prisons with grown men, 17 years old. I have so many people,
Just like Titan.
you know what I'm saying, that's in jail right now. And I threw something in there for the writer, and I'm not gonna give it away. But, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna give that away. But
He's over there like cringing.
It's something that people don't discuss, because we put on a facade as boys to try to be men, and you'll see.
So, Bridget, how is it like directing a quote unquote? Because I always say I don't watch shoot that N-word movies. I don't really watch movies like that all the time unless I'm with somebody who has experience in that life, So, how is it directing something like that? Because you don't present as someone who knows about that life, but and I also so other movies, like I didn't see the movies, but I like I looked you up and I saw you have done other movies, but nothing of this style. How is that?
Definitely outside of my normal genre. One of the things, a film is a film, right? We start off with a film is a film. You look at the writing, you look at the acting, the producing, and you piece it together. Right? Now you look at the story and how does it resonate with you. And I mean, I grew up on Ocean Avenue, and even though I wasn't raised around it, I was around it. And be it people in my family, friends of friends. So for me, I could like resonate with some of the stories because I've had aunts and uncles that run that way. I don't talk about it, and I feel like this film is not glorifying that situation. It is telling what we've experienced. Now, even again, it's not my normal thing to direct films like that because I also work in schools. But again, I have students that talk about their family and that goes through that, or their father's in jail, or their mother's doing this. Children tell all the business. They tell all the business. And a good story is a good story, right? And a director can direct anything if you are delved into the story and you believe in what you are working on.
Yeah.
So for me, no, it is not a thing for me. This is not my go-to, right? I've known Ephraim for a very long time, and when it was presented to me, because I was already a producer on here, I was like, it was like a no-brainer to just do the film.
And you did your thing, man.
Yeah.
Thank
So,
You
so
did your damn thing.
Fetty, do you write movies also, or are you gonna start?
I wrote a couple of screenplays when I say the middle passage of my career, but I don't have the.
It's not your passion.
Yeah, it's not my passion. Just like directing is not my passion, even though I've directed a few short films. I love all my heart producing. That's like when when kids, like when teachers used to say like, what do you want to be when you grow up and everything. I never really knew what I wanted to be until older in life, and then I'm like, I want to be a broker, right? And this is my best way of being a broker, because that's what a producer is. You break all the deals, from A to Z, the concept to the finish, the delivery, just putting all the pieces of the puzzle
Budgets,
together,
locations,
everything.
casting.
So I'm living my broker life.
Yeah. So you have a lot of things going on in your head. With
Yeah,
your
and
acting,
I love
acting,
it. And I love problem
broker.
solving. So this is my best way of problem solving, especially putting a great team together. Knowing that I can lean on each person if something's not going right, especially with, Bridget. She's also a co-producer. So anytime I do what's called like mobile producing, like I'm always on the go. I always have a go-to person on set. Well, mainly when me and Bridget is on set, she's the go-to person. So she be directing and also producing at the same time, wearing two hats. Making life easier for the crew and the cast. But outside of that, I love producing.
So in part 2, are Nate and his person gonna come out?
Listen,
Or we have to just stay tuned.
Listen.
Dum, 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 dum.
Listen.
On the next episode of
even though I'm a villain, right? I love that person at the end of the day.
That's the thing. Which one is to it? Because you seem like you seem obsessed with one and love the other.
No, the one that you think I'm obsessed with, is really not. I'm using that person is a tool to make sure everything goes right with who I'm in love with. Because when that plot comes together, and you like that aha moment, it's like, yo, you sick for even coming up with something like that. Like, what? That's crazy. Like, I put that whole plot and plan in motion, because I'm love and obsessed with, my heart. And that just falls apart.
So,
And then the person
different.
yeah, I just switch up.
Yeah.
And then the person that I'm after, because I know that she's falling for somebody else. I'm not with that. I ain't trying to hear that.
So it's like a love story / redemption story /
A bunch of
gangster
slashes.
story.
It's a little bit of everything.
got a
in there.
lot of twists.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah,
It's a lot in there.
I am. Like I said, I'm hoping for part 2. I'm even hoping for a series.
So
Give it a Bloody Money
yeah.
universe, because
Well-
everybody has a story. Because I want to know Nina's story,
Mhm.
how she get in that position. I want to know how you met your person. I want to know what how Titan, like what happened to make Titan the way he is. He said what happened, but I want to see it.
Yeah.
Like I want to see this is why I'm in this situation. I even want to
She
see.
really did research.
I really
bro.
want to see like
I'm super impressed with
I
that.
want to see OG's relationship with A1 and Ra. Not Ra the twin, the other Ra, the one that's like lovey-dovey, Mr. Loverman, Julito's character. So I want to see you guys 3, because I could see you 3 being friends before Nate came along, and y'all have your own thing going on.
Yeah. I just came
But
along.
that, for me, that would go to a part 3.
Yeah, that's what it could be a series.
Yes.
Like I
You
can.
talking about a series? You talking
Well,
about
I- no,
episodes?
well,
episodes.
Right, but even in features, that can be the third
Yeah,
movie.
trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you really find out, and then you can do spin-offs. You
Well,
know?
the thing, as you know, if you don't know, it was initially a series. That's what we were aiming for.
Like a YouTube series or like.
No, we
Well, not
were aiming-
YouTube, just
We'll do.
You
a
could tell the
first
quality. You could tell the quality is not like
No,
a
no,
YouTube
you
and all
can't.
that.
No, but some people, a lot of times, I know a lot of black people a lot of people are moving towards doing the numbers on YouTube so they don't have to give the money to big companies. That's why I said YouTube, not to like dumb it down, but just
Yeah.
to keep the money amongst your team.
Yeah, because Top Boy was on YouTube, and Top Boy
Yeah.
they
Some
broke
people
it
started
down.
out. Some people started on YouTube
Yeah.
and then
They
they try to get a shot
Like
deal
even
after.
what is the Karate Kid, the new version of it?
Yeah.
They started.
I mean,
Yeah.
shout out to. I don't care what film you're doing, how you doing it. Shout out to everybody getting it done. It takes a whole lot. Like my partner said, you know, you have to touch on every angle with budgeting, location, casting, find the right people to crew up with, finding a dope director, dope writer. When you get it done, man, shout out to you. I don't care how big or small. You don't have to
That's
call
an
your film.
accomplishment.
You don't have to call your film urban. You don't have to call it small. It's big. It's big. I don't care if it's a short. Whatever you do, you continue to do it. We want to see successful people that look like us, that's from where we from, all over the world.
that's one of the things that I take away from this film. I've always said that what I want people to get from this is we got it done. You know, we got it done by any means necessary. So anyone else can get it done too.
Me and my guys working on our 4th joint together, 4th film.
Amazing. It's
That's
amazing.
great.
Cause we came together with Dope Fiend. Like I called him, I hit him up, yo, I got a film idea, I got this, and he looking at me like, come on. I hope this not another one. And he called the director, writer, and I told him the story that I had, and he put it together, and boom, here we are on our 4th joint.
That is amazing. So, Bloody Money, now you can rent, buy, stream on Fandango, on Spectrum, and soon on Amazon Prime. And for everyone, tell them where they can find you on social media, on websites.
OG Turtle at Instagram, Facebook, Bloody Money. We got a website, Bloody Money.
Official Bridget Turner on Instagram and Nostalgia Gone Productions on Instagram, and then my website is bridgetturner.com.
Champ_MF_pesos Instagram. Justice Moore Facebook.
The IG is _bloody _money. The website is Bloody Money Films, FILM, actually not films, film, bloodymoneyfilm.com. And you could catch me at Schemaholic, SKEEMOHA. Yo, Schemaholic. Yo, I said that all wrong. You can catch me through the Bloody Money film page. Just catch me there. It don't make a difference. But yeah, I guess the one last thing I would probably say for all of us is what's next. You know, just to elaborate on what you got. What you got
What
next?
you got?
We start with you.
I have a Christmas film that I am in post for. I have another short film and a series that I filmed. So I have like 4 projects I'm working on in post. Champ is a producer executive producer on the Christmas film with me. Ephraim is a producer on the Christmas film with me. Working on Turtle getting on board, so
That's nothing to work on. I'm coming on board. Don't worry.
Keeping it in the family. I'm excited about that one. This will be my 4th feature film that I directed, produced, and star in. And so I'm excited about that. So look out for me.
Run Crew. You can
Oh,
catch on
right.
Amazon
My
Prime.
first feature film is on Amazon Prime called Run Crew. We filmed that during the pandemic, and it's not about the pandemic. And that film, again, shows what you could really do when you put a squad together, really, because that was during the time nobody was working.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a wrap. I'm Q Styling. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Q Styling, and I'm out of here. We're out of here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me at the corner store stop.
You know.
Okay.
Bag of chips. Bag of chips.
You know.
And I'm definitely impressed how you
Bloody money.
how you dissected everything in the film. I'm so impressed, man. That
He
joint
really
dope,
is.
man.
He really
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
He keeps
yeah,
saying
yeah.
it.
Oh, I got one last thing. Hold on. Bottom Bitch is coming in April or spring. All right? That's all I'm going to say.